Have you ever felt that no matter how carefully you choose your words, how softly you speak, or how patiently you wait for the right moment, your husband still seems to tune out, withdraw, or emotionally shut down, leaving you feeling unheard, misunderstood, or even invisible in your own marriage, even though deep in your heart you know you love him and only want peace, respect, and a deeper connection between you? Maybe you've tried explaining your feelings calmly, reassuring yourself not to sound emotional or demanding, hoping this time he would really listen, but somehow the conversation still turns into silence, defensiveness, or distance, and later that night you lie awake replaying everything in your mind, wondering why it feels so difficult to be heard by the one person who should understand you the most, questioning whether you said too much, not enough, or the wrong thing altogether. If this feels painfully familiar, pause for a moment and take a deep breath, because you are not weak, you are not needy, you are not asking for too much, and you are certainly not failing as a wife. This struggle is far more common than most women admit, especially in long-term marriages where daily responsibilities, emotional labor, stress, and routine slowly replace intentional connection, and love becomes assumed rather than expressed. Let me tell you about a woman named Sarah, a wife married for 15 years who built a life side by side with her husband, raised children, managed a home, supported his dreams, and quietly carried emotional weight for years without complaint. Yet lately, she feels like her voice no longer lands the way it once did. Her husband isn't unkind or abusive. In fact, he loves her in his own way, but he's distracted, mentally exhausted, and emotionally distant, often responding with short answers, changing the subject, or brushing off conversations that matter deeply to her. Sarah notices herself repeating things, raising her voice without meaning to, or shutting down completely just to avoid another disappointing interaction. And afterward, she's left feeling guilty, frustrated, lonely, and confused, wondering how respect and listening became so hard to maintain despite all the love and effort she pours into her marriage. One evening, after a long and emotionally draining day, she finally gathered the courage to express how unseen and unheard she felt, hoping this honest moment would bring them closer. But instead, she watched her husband grow quiet, defensive, and distant, and the conversation ended unresolved, leaving her with that familiar ache in her chest, the ache of loving someone deeply, yet feeling emotionally alone. What Sarah didn't realize, and what so many wives don't, is that respect in marriage is not about being silent, submissive, or minimizing your needs. It's about understanding how emotional safety, tone, timing, and the differences between male and female emotional wiring deeply influence whether a man can truly hear what his wife is saying. Many men don't stop listening because they don't care, but because they feel criticized, inadequate, overwhelmed, or afraid of disappointing you. And when they sense pressure, blame, or repeated dissatisfaction, even unintentionally, their instinct is often to retreat, shut down, or protect themselves rather than lean in. Women naturally communicate to connect, to process emotions, and to feel reassured, while many men communicate to solve problems, maintain competence, and avoid failure. And when these styles clash without understanding, respect slowly erodes on both sides, without either partner intending for it to happen. Making him listen doesn't begin with talking more, explaining harder, or proving your point. It begins with shifting the emotional environment so he feels safe enough to stay present instead of withdrawing. The first step is learning to pause and regulate your own emotions before starting important conversations, because when words come from accumulated frustration, resentment, or exhaustion, even valid feelings can sound like criticism, and a defensive man cannot listen deeply. Pausing, breathing, and grounding yourself doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending everything is fine. It means honoring your feelings enough to express them in a way that has the greatest chance of being received.
The second step is shifting your language from accusation to experience, replacing statements like, "You never listen to me," or "You don't care about what I feel," with gentler truths such as, "I feel disconnected when I don't feel heard, and I miss feeling close to you," because this invites empathy instead of triggering self-protection. The third step is choosing timing wisely, understanding that respect grows when conversations happen during moments of emotional availability rather than exhaustion, stress, or distraction, because even the most loving partner struggles to listen when overwhelmed by work, financial pressure, or mental fatigue. The fourth step is leading with appreciation before expressing concerns, because when a man feels valued for what he already does, he becomes far more open to hearing what you need. And simple acknowledgments like, "I appreciate how hard you work for our family," or "I see how much you try," can soften defenses and open emotional doors that criticism keeps closed. The fifth step is being intentional with tone and body language, maintaining soft eye contact, a calm voice, and gentle physical reassurance, because men often respond more deeply to how something is said than to the words themselves. And emotional safety is communicated just as much through presence, warmth, and steadiness as through speech. Respect in marriage also means maintaining self-respect, understanding that being heard does not require begging, chasing, repeating yourself endlessly, or shrinking your needs to keep the peace. It requires clarity, consistency, and emotional boundaries that quietly say, "My feelings matter, and I will express them with dignity." Over time, when respect becomes mutual rather than demanded, listening becomes natural rather than forced, and conversations begin to feel like teamwork instead of power struggles. Healing in marriage is not about perfection, flawless communication, or never arguing again. It is about intention, awareness, and small shifts practiced consistently. Because even gentle changes repeated over time can create profound transformation. You deserve a marriage where your voice matters, where your emotions are taken seriously, and where respect flows in both directions, not because you earned it by overgiving or sacrificing yourself, but because you are worthy of it as a woman, a wife, and a human being. You are not too sensitive, you are not difficult, and you are not asking for something unreasonable. You are asking for connection, understanding, and emotional presence, which are foundational needs in any healthy marriage. When you choose calm over chaos, respect over resentment, and clarity over silence, you protect not only your marriage, but also your emotional well-being, modeling what healthy communication looks like, and teaching your husband how to love you better without losing yourself in the process. Remember, making him listen is not about control or manipulation. It's about creating an environment where listening feels safe, meaningful, and natural. And when that happens, respect grows, intimacy deepens, and marriage begins to feel like a partnership again, instead of a place of quiet pain. If this message resonates with you, know that you are not alone on this journey. Your effort matters more than you realize, and even one small step taken with intention today can begin to shift the emotional dynamic of your marriage. So speak with clarity, honor your feelings, trust your worth, and remember that respect, when nurtured gently and consistently, has the power to restore connection, rebuild trust, and bring your marriage back into balance. And if this helped you, share it with another wife who needs reassurance, leave a comment so others know they're not alone, and subscribe for more emotional guidance created to strengthen your marriage and remind you of the powerful, valuable woman you are.